Climate change and its effects. Climate change is an undeniable reality that our planet is facing today. It refers to long-term shifts in weather patterns and global temperatures, primarily driven by human activities. While this phenomenon has far-reaching consequences, it is essential to understand both the causes and the effects of climate change to appreciate the urgency of addressing it. The primary cause of climate change is the increase in greenhouse gas emissions into the Earth's atmosphere. These gases, including carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide, trap heat from the sun, leading to a rise in global temperatures. The burning of fossil fuels for energy production, deforestation, industrial processes, and agricultural practices are the major human activities contributing to these emissions. As greenhouse gases accumulate in the atmosphere, global temperatures continue to rise. This warming trend leads to more frequent and prolonged heat waves. Extreme heat can have dire consequences, including heat-related illnesses and death. Vulnerable populations, such as the elderly and those with pre-existing health conditions, are particularly at risk during these events. Moreover, rising temperatures can disrupt ecosystems and affect the distribution of species, leading to imbalances in natural habitats. Climate change is causing the accelerated melting of glaciers and polar ice caps. As these ice masses melt, they contribute to rising sea levels. Coastal regions are especially vulnerable to the consequences of sea level rise, including increased coastal erosion, saltwater intrusion into freshwater sources, and the displacement of communities. Many small island nations are at risk of disappearing entirely due to rising seas. Climate change intensifies extreme weather events, making them more frequent and severe. Hurricanes, typhoons, cyclones, and other tropical storms have become more destructive, causing widespread damage to infrastructure and communities. Floods and droughts are also becoming more common, leading to water scarcity in some regions and devastating floods in others. These extreme events disrupt lives, economies, and ecosystems. Climate change disrupts ecosystems and biodiversity. As temperatures rise, many species are forced to migrate to find suitable habitats, often resulting in competition with existing species and potential extinctions. Coral reefs, for example, are highly sensitive to temperature changes and are suffering from coral bleaching events. Loss of biodiversity not only threatens ecosystems but also impacts the services they provide to humans, such as clean water and pollination of crops. Changes in temperature and precipitation patterns directly affect agriculture. Crops and livestock are sensitive to variations in climate conditions, which can lead to reduced yields and food insecurity. Additionally, the increased prevalence of pests and diseases in a warmer climate poses further challenges to food production. Climate change has wide-ranging health consequences. Higher temperatures can lead to an increase in heat-related illnesses and heatstroke, particularly in urban areas with inadequate cooling infrastructure. Changes in climate patterns also impact the distribution of disease-carrying vectors like mosquitoes, leading to the spread of diseases such as malaria, dengue fever, and Zika virus. Poor air quality resulting from increased wildfires, often exacerbated by prolonged droughts, can exacerbate respiratory problems. Climate-induced environmental changes are a driver of forced migration. As people are displaced due to rising sea levels, drought-induced food shortages, or other climate-related disasters, they may migrate to other regions or countries in search of safety and resources. These migrations can put pressure on host communities, and sometimes lead to conflicts over resources, exacerbating already existing tensions. The effects of climate change are multifaceted and pose significant challenges to both the environment and human society. As we witness the impact of climate change unfolding in real time, it becomes increasingly urgent to take meaningful action to mitigate greenhouse gas emissions, adapt to changing conditions, and work towards a sustainable future. Addressing climate change requires concerted efforts at the local, national, and global levels, as well as individual actions to reduce our carbon footprint. Only through collective action can we hope to curb the devastating effects of climate change and protect the planet for future generations.